Normally you and I just take a trip down the rabbit hole, Philip, but as a bit of a change, we recorded a rabbit hole topic at our Sophie Aldred event recently, with the audience taking part in that. Unfortunately, the audio didn't work out as planned. I do have an audio version which I'll attempt to clean up. It's not going to be as good as it normally is, but I would like to share that with you now. One of the features of our podcast is what we like to call a rabbit hole topic. And so it worked well last time when we were up here and we got some interaction from the audience. So we want to do that again. So let's jump down the rabbit hole. All right, so my question for you today, Philip, and for everyone here is, I mentioned the music of Murray Gold before, so I'm not going to stick purely to audio, but more to TV series today, because I'm interested in the music side of things. Now, when Sophie was in the series, there were different composers coming in for the various serials. What do you prefer, Philip? Do you prefer the consistency of someone like Murray Gold, or do you like the different variety of different composers coming in?
I'm a huge Murray Gold fan, and a lot of people winked about him showing too much emotion, but the job of a good musician is always to give emotion. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think because Murray Gold is so good, I'd actually prefer him to the changing. I don't know. There's some good stuff in the past too. There's some really awful music though, isn't there? There's a few TV shows that just literally cream at how awful the music is. Dudley Simpson was an amazing composer, and some of his shows are spectacular, and others just go, he ain't really bothered at the time. So Dudley Simpson was probably the previous classic one. I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
I love it all. Can I just give a shout out to Segan Akinola too, because I've loved his music over the last few years too. It's been different, very different to Murray Gold, and I like it. So what do you think, members of the audience? What do you prefer? Do you prefer the consistency of a composer throughout a series, or do you like to chop and change?
Definitely the latter.
Just stick your hand up and we'll bring a microphone to you.
Just hold the microphone. No hand over microphone, that's my rule.
Okay. Well, I'll have to go with, which one of you said a mixture? Murray Gold is very good, but it would be interesting to see a variety of famous composers, what their view on Doctor Who is, plus it keeps things fresh.
Yeah, good point, Tina. Thank you.
I think you can have a happy medium. You can change composers every season rather than every story. So that way you get a consistent feel for a season, since also you see you doing season-long arcs and what have you. So you have
So you like the consistency, but you also like to mix it up a bit.
Yeah, because Murray Gold's done some good stuff, but I kind of died a little when they think it's coming back. But, it's just everything from the first half you've done. Same Doctor, same all that, and it would be nice just to add a new name to add.
Dallas?
Murray's good, but the problem is with Murray is that it's all the same. It's all lush, orchestrated. It doesn't, it really occasionally doesn't, well, less is better. And I think it's just too much. Whereas the latest, there's a lot less music, a lot more silence, and silence can be as equally as important to a program as music. Music can end up being, I can't hear what the dialogue's saying, or I missed that, or it's too telegraphed, Oh, this is important because music's already telling me it's important. I much prefer to make in that position rather than the musicians.
Yep.
Yes, I always think that the difference between Murray Gold and Segan Akinola is that Segan is more atmospheric when he does his musical scores, whereas Murray is more melodic. So anyone else have
a good runner there.
Hey guys. My comment really on the music was that I felt that the chopping and changing worked better for the classic series, because Monster of the Week kind of thing, it was different every time, whereas a consistent composer for the new series works better simply because of, overarching stories and all that kind of thing. That's always been my feeling about it. Like I like the fact that Sylvester McCoy had multiple different music composers and David Tennant had one.
Hi there. I would like perhaps a guest composer come in. I mean, Murray Gold is very good, very bombastic. I can't understand the dialogue. It's supposed to be incidental music, not the music score to Doctor Who, where I just can't understand what's being said on the screen. So maybe Murray Gold has perhaps got a big charisma, but perhaps lower it a little bit, and then just reduce the music a little bit.
Okay, just time for two more. So one here, one over there.
Yeah, so about what you were saying about the whole music and everything like that, is that I do love Murray Gold. Like Murray Gold, I would definitely put in my top 5 favorite composers. So I really do love his music. It's very like uplifting. It's he has some difference. He has these silent ones. He has these big triumphant ones, and you're like, yeah, kind of thing. But I don't mind change. I don't, especially with music, because you can pinpoint some good ones. Anyway, good instruments. The point is though, I feel like Segon's one, like he was good. Like don't get me wrong, he was good. Just I didn't really have that feeling that I had with Murray Gold's music. He had some occasional good ones, but it just I don't know. I just didn't have that connection with the music as much as I did with Murray Gold. But as I said, I'm happy for change. Some interesting new music for whatever the scene is. But I feel like Segon's was just a bit of a hit and miss for me.
Brilliant, thanks.
I think it sort of depends on the format of the show. So like the classic series was serials, and it was sort of like mini seasons. And I think the new show is a bit more like a single arc in the way it's structured. So I think it sort of depends on that. But yeah, I definitely love season 4 of Murray Gold's composing. And I think if any of the later seasons with Matt Smith's era, it was more they had a lot more money to spend on the music, so they're able to go a lot bigger. So it'll be interesting to see what the music sounds like now with the new Disney Plus money.
Yes, great, thank you.
Thank you everyone for your comments. Make sure you do subscribe to the podcast because your comments are going to appear on a podcast very soon.
Can I say how good the Doctor Who fans can actually talk constructively without banging something else? Because often we have a reputation for just attacking, and that was actually really positive and constructive. It was obvious that people disagree, but we didn't attack anyone. So well done, everyone. What an exciting room to be. Because let's face it, no one has opinions stronger than Doctor Who fans, but learning how to actually express them in ways that are constructive and helpful. Well done.